Hey guys, Tom here from the Investing with Tom YouTube channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you enjoyed today's video, hit like, hit subscribe, and that way you can see future videos as well. So before we get into the topic of today's video, I just want to mention the video sponsor for today. And as many of you will know, this is the first time we've ever had a sponsored video on the channel. So I've been approached by several companies in the past and I've always said no to them. Mainly because I either have never used the product, or I don't believe in the product, or I don't think you guys will believe in the product, or any combination of those things. So I've always said no. I've been approached by Bitcoin exchanges and overseas brokers I've never used and all this kind of stuff. So I've always said no, but this particular company I actually personally reached out to. They didn't come to me like many of them usually do. So I reached out to them to see if we could work together, and that company is Sharesight. So Sharesight is a company that specializes in the tracking of investment portfolios, so really helping you understand what your true performance is, accounting for dividends, accounting for changes in exchange rates, all those sorts of things. And it also makes tax time really, really easy. So for a New Zealand investor like myself, we have slightly more complicated tax if we go over the $50,000 threshold of overseas investments. We have imputation credits on our New Zealand dividends, all these different things. Sharesight accounts for really, really easily, and it also integrates with your brokers. I use ASB Securities personally for New Zealand and Australia. It can import those trades all straight in. I use Hatch Invest in the US. They're working on that there, but it was reasonably quick process to set that up as well. And it makes my life just way, way easier with tax time. So for a long time, I used the free plan with Sharesight. I've recently moved up to the expert plan for Sharesight just to get better tax reporting and also set up multiple portfolios. And Sharesight are also a New Zealand business. They were born and bred here in New Zealand, so I'm more than happy to partner with them and support them. But that said, they're now available in over 60 countries and integrate with all the major brokers, many of which overseas as well. So if you're not from New Zealand and you're interested in getting tax reporting and really good performance reporting as well, that option is also available to you. So if you're interested, you might as well sign up for the free version. I'm going to leave a link in the description below and as a pinned comment. Full disclosure, it is an affiliate link, so if you do sign up for a premium subscription, I'll get a kickback from that. But I'm more than happy to partner with Sharesight. They're a great service, makes your life a lot easier. So that's the sponsor of today's video. And if you do use that link, that will also give you 2 months free access to a premium subscription. So the topic of today's video is an update on our subscriber stock picking challenge. This is around a video I did right back in January, right back at the start of the year, where I wanted to set up basically a 1-year-long competition of subscriber stock picks, as the name suggests. So essentially every subscriber picked one long, that's a stock they think is going to go up, one short, which is a stock they think is going to go down. We'll track the performance through a full 12-month period, but we're also going to do updates along the way and give away prizes as part of that too. So this is the first quarterly update. As you'll see shortly, I had my head buried in a spreadsheet for about 2.5 hours trying to get this thing together, which again is a great reason why I use Sharesight, because it makes all that stuff very, very easy. But, you know, I had to go in and account for a whole bunch of different currencies. I wanted to include dividends that were paid on the longs and also subtract the dividends paid on shorts to kind of pull back the performance on that side, because that's how long and short investing works in real life. So I want to go through the results for that, and if you do happen to be the current leader, I'm going to give the current leader a prize, which is basically a book off my bookshelf. So I'll put up a photo here of all the books currently on my bookshelf, and if you do happen to be the current leader, please contact me, flick me an email to investingwithtom@gmail.com or a DM at investingwithtom on Instagram, and I will get your prize out to you. Just let me know your address, which book you want. The only one I will not include as an option is Poor Charlie's Almanac, because that book costs a fortune. But anything else on my bookshelf, feel free to pick. So with all that said and all that out of the way, I want to get into the actual results. So let's dive over to the computer and have a look at how everyone's tracking. Okay, so we're over at the trusty old computer now, and we had a lot of entries for this competition. So obviously the channel has grown a reasonable amount over the last few months, But if we just flick through here and have a look at all of the entries, including myself, of course, we've got a count of 48. So we had 48 entries all up. That gives us obviously 96 stocks because everyone picked one long and one short. And it's pretty interesting to see some of the numbers coming through. So if we click through and just have a look at some of the actual stocks, there's a reasonable amount of overlap with some of these names. So if we look at the longs, there's a few people there with EAF, which is a graph tech, including myself, a few with Facebook, but really a whole mix of stocks. So some New Zealand, some Australia, obviously a lot in the US, a couple with Tesla on the long side there. And if we have a look over at the shorts, again, we've got a reasonable amount of overlap. So a few actually shorting Apple. You've got to have some big kahunas to do that in my books. A couple on Deutsche Bank, a couple on Beyond Meat. We've got CBD.NZ, which is Canasouth here in New Zealand. Lots of people on Netflix. That is an interesting one that I may do a video on at some point. They have positive earnings but hugely negative free cash flow, which is pretty interesting. So lots on Sky TV. And then holy smokes, everyone's shorting Tesla. So we had a lot of people picking that one on the short side, and I was actually one of them as well. So so I'm just going to flick over to all of the long picks to give you an idea of how everyone's going there. So we've got M. Hoke, who picked T-Bio. Hope I didn't butcher that name, and that is a stock I have no idea what that is, to be perfectly honest with you. But you're up 39%. Second best performer is only up 5%. And the other like 46 people are down anywhere from 3% right down to 73% is the biggest drop with one of those stocks. So I'll scroll through this a little bit more slowly so that you can see all of the actual names and picks and current performance in there so that you can hopefully see yourself if you did enter the competition. And then we'll also have a look at the shorts. So on the short side, almost everyone is up. In other words, almost everyone's short pick has actually gone down. And we've got Matthew Kennedy up the top there with a 74% gain on that short position. So pretty impressive there. And as we keep scrolling down, again, I'll let you all see your results so far. Pretty much everyone is up. I'm only in 30th odd place down there with Tesla, a bunch of other people, along with a bunch of other people. And if we keep scrolling down, almost everyone is up on that short position, and even the worst performers on the short are near break even on that. So pretty interesting times. That's what happens when the stock market goes down. So in terms of the overall results, so I will scroll through here, and if you happen to be M. Hoke with your picks T-Bio and IIIV, please contact me, flick me an email or a DM, and I'll get your prize out to you. For the rest of you, I will again have a scroll through here so you can see where all of the results are at and how you're kind of tracking with the competition so far. So like I said, lots of entries. We've had 2 trading days in the US and 1 in New Zealand and Australia since actually putting these numbers together. So already things have probably changed somewhat. But these are all the 1st of April prices. So these, this is our first quarter update for the competition. So that is all the results so far. I'm about mid-pack personally at the moment. I'm in 25th with a return of basically break even, negative 2%. My long, unfortunately, is down like many other people, but my short with Tesla is up a little bit, so we're near enough break even there. So that's the entries, and that's a bit of an update for where everyone's at. In terms of the average portfolio, so the average portfolio started out at $10,000 US. The short is down dramatically. Sorry, the long is down dramatically. The short is down, aka up dramatically. And the portfolio is near enough even. So that's where we're at. That's our first quarterly update for this one. If there's anything else you'd like to see in these update videos, definitely let me know. But hopefully that gives you a good idea of how everyone's tracking so far, and I'll look forward to the update in the next quarter. So as you can see, a bit of a beast of a spreadsheet here. So if you're interested in using Sharesight, as you can see, when you're trying to factor in exchange rates and various other things, it can become very difficult. I like to think I'm reasonably good on Excel, and I'm sure many of you are as well. But when we've got tools like Sharesight out there available to make life a whole lot easier, you might as well take it up. So I will leave a link in the description and a pinned comment for that Sharesight link to help you get those 2 months free with a premium subscription. But you can also use that link to access the free version as well. So that link will be sharesight.com/investingwithtom. But I'll leave the link down there so that you can go ahead and click on that one and have a crack at Sharesight yourself as well. So those are the current results of the stock picking challenge so far. I hope you all enjoyed the update. Congratulations to the current leader, Emma Hoke. Don't forget to contact me to claim your prize. But that's all from me for today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit like, hit subscribe if you did, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.